Hello, fellow NAC warriors. Today we're going to be talking about what to do if you struggle with keeping a calorie deficit in order to lose weight. Before I get into that, though, real quick, my name is Angelo, and I'm on a mission to help everybody around the globe to be healthy and fit. If you haven't already, please join our NAC Warrior Facebook group, and you can find the link in the description below. When I went on my health and fitness journey several years back, or whenever that was, I took a look at many programs, and all of them seemed to focus on, in some way, a calorie reduction or counting or both. And so, as I did the programs, I did what they asked. I would measure and weigh my food, and it all took extra time. And as a busy parent and professional, it just wasn't realistic for me. And so I would eventually just give up. And so the question is it possible to count calories and go into a deficit? And of course, the answer is yes, it is possible. However, if we take a look at the situation, usually the problem isn't the calorie deficit itself, it's actually the time it takes to count calories. I find that people typically naturally reduce the amount that they eat if they say they're going on a diet. And that actually is a whole topic in itself for another day. If we look at the NAC Warrior Roadmap, it deals with time and talks about it in step 2 in what we call the seasons of life. And we're going to be addressing some of this deficit stuff today. And I'm going to put you into 2 different categories. The first of you in category 1 will be those who are following a program. Now, I already did a video for you, and I actually put the link in the description so you could go check that out. That will help you. And the rest of this session will actually help you as well. So just because you're not in category 2 does not mean the rest of this doesn't apply to you. But for those of you who are in category 2, you are the ones that are doing it on your own. You don't have a plan. You're not trying to do anything. You're just making it up as you go. There's so much to discuss when it comes to calorie deficit that, this live session, I don't have enough time to get into it. But what I typically find is that most people don't need to go into a deficit. All you really need to do is eat the proper foods, eat the proper portion sizes, and eat the proper balance, and also stay active. And you may be asking, what is the proper portion size? Well, I did a live session on Instagram not too long ago with Megan Ryan, who's a coach, an online coach at Aware, and she gave me this advice. For those of you who want a quick way to measure the recommended portion sizes, she said use your hand. And she started off by saying for your meats and proteins, do the size of your palm. So if this is your palm, this is how much you want to eat. For your vegetables, you want to use the size of your fist. And this is the proper size for your vegetables. For your carbs, she said if you cup your hand, the amount that you could put into a cupped hand is what you need for a portion size for carbs. And for your fats, it's the size of your thumb. She also went on to say that this will actually work for kids too. So whatever their size their hands are, that's the portion. If you put them in those different situations or, I don't know what you want to call it, that will work for them too. And if you do this, that alone should help you lose weight. The only time someone should really get into a calorie deficit is if they're trying to quickly get to their base weight. And what is your base weight? Your base weight is the weight that your body naturally wants to be in when you're regularly doing the things that you're supposed to be doing to stay healthy and fit. And the problem here is that a lot of you are uncomfortable with that number. And that again is that's a whole different, another day, another session. But I find that if you stick to the fundamentals long term, and that means longer than 3 months, we're talking like 6 months and longer, well, for the rest of your life, you'll see a positive change without having to count calories, go into deficits, and change your world completely. By sticking to the fundamentals, you will naturally build the habits that you need in order to create lasting change. Now, that is, of course, that's assuming that you've addressed all the other steps in the NAC Warrior Roadmap. And assuming that you have done that, you will see that in the end, you will not fizzle out, you will not go back to square one, and you won't beat yourself up, which is really important when you're on this journey. And when you start to have more time and the seasons of your life does change, then you can go into counting. But I challenge you not to count calories if you can get to that level. Instead, I'd rather you count macros. I think that's better. And of course, nothing beats talking to an actual dietitian or your primary doctor. They should know you or get to know you at a very individualistic level, because my advice right now is more for the general public. But I believe every one of you, even myself, is unique. And what I hope to do here is not necessarily tell you what to do, but start to change your mind, the way you see things, and to start generating more questions so that you can bring those to people who you are willing to share your journey with. So with that, if you have more questions about this topic or how NAC Warrior roadmaps can actually help you be successful on your health and fitness journey, then please join our NAC Warrior family. Join our Facebook group. The link again is in the description. So, and once you join, please come out there, say hi, tell us what's going on in your life, ask us questions, talk about this topic that we brought up today. And with that, I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. I'll probably jump on here tomorrow, but until then, please keep on working on releasing your inner warrior. Have a good one.